Great. Hello, everyone. My name is Kai. Today we'll be going through the British Reconnaissance expedition of 1921 and doing a little photo analysis. I've came across a series of photos on this pretty cool website here, but it basically contains all the photos from I think, the Mallory British Reconnaissance sort of mission to go find a route through Everest. So we're gonna go through this, and the roadmap is basically gonna be who am I, an introduction to the video, as well as detailing the purpose. And then after that, we'll be going through a series of photos that I find interesting, and then, yeah, pretty much that. So who am I? My name is Kai. I'm 22 years old. I'm interested in mountaineering culture and sort of investigating, oh, what is Everest like? What are the mountains like? As well as going deeper into Tibetan, Nepali sort of culture there. So Buddhism, mountaineering, the food, the culture, a bunch of different things I'm interested in. And I'll be going to Nepal in September 2025. So I'm sort of making this video to force myself to self-educate as well as make videos for the fun of it. I'm currently a college senior at Wharton, where I'm studying finance and computer science. But in reality, I'm more of an aspiring mountaineering photographer. Um, that would be my dream job, not investment banking, not consulting, but mountaineering photography. So we'll see how things go. This is going to be a crazy, I don't know, life of mine. If this thing goes the way it goes, we'll see. I'm pretty excited. So yeah, the video purpose of this is mainly for self-education. I don't really care about the video quality or that people dislike this video. I just want to make this video for the sake of it. I'm also going to prepare for my trip to Nepal, so this will be that. As well as getting better at video making and just talking to the camera. This video will have minimal edits and will probably capture a lot of my mistakes, but I'll continually get better at making these videos to the point where I'm able to discuss things in very fluid motion when I'm in Nepal or when I'm out there in the back country. So yeah. I prepared a series of slides here, but mainly we can just go through the website itself. So there were so the expedition team was composed of, I think, 8 people. Um, George Mallory is the one sitting here on the left, and I think his name is Charles Howard Bury. He's the one standing second on the left as well. But this is the British Mountaineering Recon team, where Mallory is the lead climber and Howard Bury is sort of responsible for taking most of the photographs there. They had like this crazy film camera. They had to develop all the negatives while on site. So they sort of went with a team of a bunch of other porters and 100 mules just carrying all of this photography gear and all of the expedition gear. So it was a really big undertaking. We'll be going through some of their photos. So yeah, so this photo here is the the Zongpen of Karta and his wife. Um, Zongpen is basically another word for governor or ruler in the Tibetan language, and Karta is a region in Tibet, very close to Nepal. Um, I have a map right here. So Karta is basically this area. It's in Tibet and it touches Nepal, and you can see like Mount Everest is on the sort of bottom left here, and the Karta Chu. So Chu means river, and there's like also the Kama Valley, the Karta region of Tibet, right? And then this picture here is of a Tibetan woman, um, and then the right picture here is 3 nuns at a nunnery at Tat Sang. So Tat Sang is, I think, known for their monasteries. The most notable one being, this is called Pero Tat Sang, I think. Um, but very beautiful place. I think they practice Buddhism. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah. And I think what is interesting is like the hairstyles of the nuns. I'm not really sure why there's like that sort of frizzled afro hair looking sort of thing. It's like a mop in a way, um, but it's probably like one of their cultural practices. And I think this person's hair is also very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Really like the hairstyles here. Um, oh yeah, and then this is like the team itself. And here is the what is this? This is the temple at Lapchi Kang. Um, Very beautiful black and white photo. I really like the fog in it. And then this is what it looks currently modern day. So I think nothing much has changed. And I'll try to visit here when I can in September. And then this here is the Kampa Zong. It's basically a hilltop fort in this region where back in the day, whenever you do want to go on an expedition to Mount Everest, you would have to pass by this like fort, and it's I guess a really famous fort. It looks really really nice too. I'm a big fan of the black and white here. I think it's a very soft contrast. Let's see. The fort looks nice. Imagine living up there. It sort of reminds me of Lawrence of Arabia in a way. Just like the sort of desertish feel to this region. Very nice photo. Really like this. And then over here we have a group of Bhutias in Linga. Um, so from my research, Bhutia is a ethnic group in Tibet. Um, yeah, so I guess this is a photo of some of the people there. Hmm. I wonder, I wonder if they're like really tan. Like you can't really tell in this black and white photo, but it seems like that they're very tan people, which I think is very interesting. They also yeah, very interesting stuff. Over here, I think that's Mount Everest there, um, and this is looking down the Arun Valley from the slopes south of Ling. Not sure what any of that means. I'm not sure where that is actually. Um, but I really like the foreground here of the photo. Just like juts down diagonally, along with the background. And you can see the sky as well. I think when you look at this photo, your eye doesn't really trace that well into the horizon, which is not that good. Because like the foreground just carves up the a huge portion of the photo, and then your eyes kind of traveling from this valley up to the intersection of these two mountains here, and then off to the distance. So composition wise, I'm not a big fan of this photo. This photo here is monks and the administrator at Shikar Chode Monastery. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what the main religion is here. Probably Buddhism or like Tibetan. Um, I don't know, something along the lines of that. But really beautiful photo. I think when they first came to Tibet, no one knew what photographs were. Um, and it took a lot of persuasion to sort of convince people to stand and to pose for these photos. And it's a very novel, I guess, like creation to just like share with people like across the world. So I guess like everyone was very intrigued by it. And I'm looking at this photo. I wonder what these sort of bracelets are, or maybe they're not bracelets, but um yeah. And then also like what is that thing there? Like at his hip. What are these people carrying? And why is this person wearing this hat here? What does that mean? Yeah, so I think this photo definitely like raises a lot of questions for me. Just like trying to inquire like who are these people? What are their practices? What's their culture like? And then here is the the abbot, the old abbot, which is An abbot is basically, I wrote the definition here. Um, an abbot is the head or leader of a monastery in certain Christian, Buddhist, and other religious traditions. It comes from the Latin word abbas, which means father. Um, yeah, so dude's basically the top dog of this monastery. Um, and when they did, I guess, take the photo and they had it, everyone like hundreds of miles away wanted to see a photo of this guy. So I guess he was a very influential figure. Oh, I'm just noticing this, but there's a nice dog there. That's really cool. And then here is the Kamachu. It's basically the river in Tibet that goes into Nepal, I think. Um, Very beautiful juniper trees. Wow, those are really tall. And to show you back on the map, um, the Kamachu is this guy right here. The Kamachu. And it sort of is the river that I guess draws a lot of its water from Mount Everest, Lhotse, Nuptse, and all of the I guess the Himalayan mountains there. Um, Here are some more photos of the valley, of the Kartsa Valley, the Kama Valley. Um, Very beautiful landscape pictures. Like, I'm a big fan of the very, I guess, high contrast between the sky, the clouds, and like the dark valley and the water. Um, Beautiful photo. I think these are yaks, and they're carrying. They had 100 yaks where they carried a lot of their gear, and these are the porters that are shepherding their way through. Another beautiful photo. I'm a big fan of this one here. Um, you see this beautiful foreground. You got the rocks. You can see like little pebbles, and then your eye just traces through this picture, and it goes to Mount Everest. I mean, beautiful shot. I love this photo. It's really nice. Another Mount Everest photo. This is more flat in my opinion. Yes, there's a clear distinction between the sky, Mount Everest, and that tall white snow landscape, and then like the foreground. But in terms of like how your eye traces through, it doesn't go that well in my opinion. And then here are some photos of people in action. So here are like the porters climbing along a ridge, and if you look closely, like that dude looks as old as me. Like these are very young people. Um, this photo here I think is super nice. You just see like this crazy steep snow and just these dudes just hiking along the way, just trudging along the way. And then on the right here is George Mallory, uh, doing a lead climb through the snow. Wow, he is he was an alpinist, I gotta say. Here are some more photos. Um, I guess this is yeah. This middle picture here is not Everest. Um, I thought it was Amada Blom, but it's not. Makalu from Camping Chef below. Yeah, these are beautiful photos. Nothing to say more. Um, Another beautiful shot. All right, I think the rest of this video is just gonna be me glazing over these photos, which I don't mind. Um, this is really nice. So the cairns or cairns that are rest up on the way up to the Kartsa Glacier, and like these rocks are to signify like they're honestly like trail markers in a way where it's telling you, okay, this is the way to go. And I'm sure that they're oriented in this direction in a straight line to signify, like, yes, you should be going this way or you should be heading that way out. Yeah, and I guess they're resting here, just chilling. But this is a very beautiful photo. They don't look cold at all. I guess it's pretty warm at that elevation. Wow, that's a badass photo. Jeez. Guy's just sleeping on a rock. Alright, that's cool. Wow, look at that snow. Look at the little footsteps along the way. Wow, it's beautiful, beautiful snow. Wow. That's an interesting tent formation there. Like it's clearly not a North Face like geodesic dome tent, which I find. I mean, obviously they didn't have that back then, but nice little A-frame tent. Wow, these photos are so nice. It reminds me a lot of my Boy Scouts days. Wow, look at that snow. These photos remind me a lot of like Ansel Adams when he took a bunch of pictures of like Yosemite, but I guess this is like the Himalayan version of it. Not to like talk bad on like George Mallory or Charles Howard Bury, but this reminds me a lot of Ansel Adams. Jeez, this shot is incredible. Wow, is that also another photo right there? Wow, and the panorama is insane. Like I'm not sure how they did panoramas back in the day, but I'm sure like they just took a bunch of photos and then they stitched it along together. I guess that's like their like camp, and that's another tripod and camera setup. Beautiful, beautiful shots. Oh my god, Mount Everest in morning light. Yeah, that's amazing. Wow, and this is the north face of the north face of the mountain. Wow, it's incredible. Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Definitely very unorganized. Um, and I made this video to just force myself to educate myself and to talk about each photo or each little thing that I'm learning and to document this journey along the way. So, um, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think the videos will get better. I'm just gonna make this and um, upload it and just move on with my life.